This one.
Question number 8, Andrew Little.
My question is to the Minister for ACC and asks, will she set up an independent inquiry to reassure all New Zealanders that ACC and its ministers act with the utmost integrity when in possession of people's intimate and sensitive information?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, I'm confident that the Independent Privacy Commissioner's review will outline the next steps for ACC's handling of personal information, and I encourage anyone with concerns or allegations around this to make a complaint to the Privacy Commissioner.
Andrew Little.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister of ACC, is it correct that up to the time of the meeting in December 2011 between two senior managers from ACC claimant Bronwyn Puller and former National Party President Michelle Bogue, ACC had no knowledge of the mass privacy breach of 6,700 ACC claimants?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
I believe that the member is correct. I believe that ACC was not aware, from the report they've given me, which I had released last Friday, of the nature of the alleged breach, and consequently they were not able to get that information back.
Andrew Little.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister, if ACC had no knowledge of the mass privacy breach at the time of the December 2011 meeting, why did ACC send two senior managers to a meeting with an ACC claimant?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Well, Mr Speaker, I suggest that that's going to come out in the Privacy Commissioner's review, and I further note that ACC has sought the assistance of New Zealand Police.
Andrew Little.
Mr Speaker, what actions were taken between the time of the December 2011 meeting and 12 March 2012, when the mass privacy breach became public, by ACC to recover the wrongly released information?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, that information has already been released in the report that was put on the ACC's website last Friday, so I'm surprised the member hasn't read it, because it's quite clear in that report that, and I'm happy to table it if the member would like me to, but it's quite clear that ACC wrote to the claimant and asked for back any information that she had, confidential information that she should not have had in her possession and that she had not given back to ACC.
Andrew Little.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister, what assurances can she give that the undertaking given on the ACC website that, quote, any information collected by the Sensitive Claims Unit is seen only by Sensitive Claims Unit staff and in some cases an independent assessor, close quote, is being observed?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Well, Mr Speaker, quite clearly with the information that was inadvertently provided to the claimant, who then did not give the information back to ACC, there was some information relating to some sensitive claimants, and that is, I think, I think it's an appalling breach, frankly, of their privacy. So I am not yet convinced that all the steps that need to be taken have been taken, and that's why not only is the Privacy Commissioner conducting a review of what has happened and the way forward, but also there's going to be a review as to all the processes to make sure that this does not happen again. But I would say to that member that over the years there have been the odd instance where there's been a privacy breach. This was one inadvertently made by ACC, and I don't think anybody would think that the staff member who had this spreadsheet attached to the email did so deliberately.
Andrew Little.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister.
You have a supplementary question.
To the Minister, how many other privacy breaches is the Minister aware of involving a former Minister of ACC writing on behalf of a single claimant, a former President of the National Party, and other people being involved in it?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr Speaker, I'm not aware of any in those particular circumstances. However, I am aware of a former minister in the previous Labor government releasing confidential information.
Question number 9, Colin King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Economic Development.